This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening. No need to adjust your set. Yes, it's me, Charles Fisher in HD. Our under-16 boys national basketball team, after trailing by as many as 16 points in the first half, able to make it a game in the second half, only to lose to Argentina 58-49 in the Tournament of Americas and World Qualifiers in Uruguay today. Dejao Ali leading the way with 15. DeAndre Vilma had 11. Shamar Burrows 9 points and 6 boards, and Quaymar Gibson had 7 points and 10 boards. They will play Mexico tomorrow, followed by the United States on Thursday. And breaking news just in, it looks like the Bahamas is being considered to host a major college football bowl game. With an NCAA moratorium on creating a new bowl games ending after this season, and smaller conferences finding themselves increasingly left out of discussions with the power leagues, the group of 5 is looking across the country and world for more new bowl locales. That's the MAC, Sunbelt, American USA Conference, and Athletic Conference. That's the new Big East. And yes, the Bahamas is being considered to create more bowl games so that they are all eligible teams have postseason landing spots. And the locations being considered, yes, are Miami, Orlando, Little Rock, Arkansas, Boca Raton, Florida, Montgomery, Alabama, Los Angeles, Ireland, Dubai, and either Toronto or Nassau, Bahamas. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope we get one of those big bowl games. Meantime, the B3 is naming an 18-member team for the World Youth Championships July 10th through the 14th in Ukraine. James Rowe will coach the jumpers, Stephen Murray, the mid and distance runners.
I'm looking forward to make sure all athletes stay comfortable, stay focused, so they can perform at the best of their ability.
The boys team will look pretty good. The girls team, we a little, weak on the girls' side, I think. But different from that overall, I think the team's going to do very well.
From the jumpers, I mean, if we didn't go well, I don't want to say medals, but we could be some big PR. And if you PR, take a medal.
I'll be just giving them my experience in terms of traveling for so long. You know, after you get to know somebody after you travel for a long time, and instead of missing home, you just need to let them focus and concentrate and try to get them relaxed and get in a good frame of mind after the camp to get ready to compete. So that's basically what we're focusing on, just mental aspect of it.
I always tell my jumpers, at least the Bahamas jumpers, that it ain't tough. We train harder than the people out there. A lot of the times, they go out there and forget what they're going for. But now, my crew will represent the country. They ready to jump at all time.
That's every Olympic nation that's going to. It's very, very tough. We always have a keen competition from the Asians and the Chinese nations that we've never seen before. So it's just basically be a wake-up call for a lot of kids.
Good news from our 2 good coaches. Family Alice getting some good news last week during the budget communication in the House of Assembly. $10 million will be allocated for construction of sports facilities. Andrews will not be left out of the mix, and sports enthusiast James Pratt is happy about that.
I'm going up to take the plan to pass on to the Deputy Prime Minister. I already consulted with the Youth Sports and Culture, already done consult with the Minister of Education, already consult with the Minister of Local Government, already done talk to the Prime Minister. So I hear they have that $10 million. Andres must, you all hear this? Andres must get some of the $10 million. I have the plan and I have the plot. So all I am waiting on for Brother Donnie. I hear him call Long Island, this island, Grand Bahama, everything, but he better remember. You hear this, Brother Donnie? Hear this. South Andres have his plan and waiting to put down that sporting facility between Campsby and Smith Hill, and Pratt coming for it. I'm the chief counselor, I'm coming. With my eye full of money and my heart full of building.
Our 8-member CAC age group team continues to work out daily at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium with the championships at the end of this month in Curacao. Jonathan Benson went trackside to speak with coach and some of the athletes.
Coach Nikino DeMerit is back for another stint with our CAC age group team, and he says there's no doubt about it, the Bahamas has the talent to get the job done.
I think this is one of the strongest teams we've fielded in quite some time. Our under 15 division is very strong, and based on the results from the last CAC age group 2 years ago, our under 13 has improved. Basically, we've been working about a total of four months getting prepared for this competition. You know, there's for the under 15 division, they have 7 events they have to compete in, which consists of the high jump, long jump, shot put, the ball throw, the 80-meter hurdles, the 80-meter dash. Then the girls have the 1,000, the boys have the 1,200-meter run. In the under 13 division, they have the 60-meter dash, the long jump, high jump, ball throw. The girls have the 800, the boys have the 1,000. So it's basically a Ironman competition for this age group, which entails of strength and you have smarts, you know, and endurance for someone who can outlast the competition. The previous years we placed second to Barbados. I think with this team that we have this year, we stand a fighting chance to actually win the meet this year.
Now, 2 of the athletes looking to help the Bahamas win the overall title will be Blaze Darling and Branson Roll.
I'm looking forward to competition, and I hope we bring home the gold for the Bahamas. I have been training very hard, and it should pay off. I am good in every event, but I still want to keep trying, getting better.
My goal for CAC is to do good in the hurdles, to do my personal best. I'm looking to try to break the record and place inside the high jump. I think my weakest events are the throwing events, ball throw and shot put. And usually, I'm just going to try to improve it by working on my strength, doing more push-ups, getting stronger. Last year I couldn't eat. That's how nervous I was. But this year I know how the competition is this time. I used it now, so I think I'm going to do my best.
Good luck to Team Bahamas. Jonathan Benson, ZNS, Total Sports.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. The Bahamas Olympic Association in the news recently implementing many new programs. Taekwondo is one of them, and Robert Butler will be instrumental in getting it into the high schools.
Through this project, we're now into the government schools as a pilot project, and we're teaching 5 schools now, and we have probably about 400 students. On top of that, I have another school on the out west by the Airport Industrial Park. So with the pilot program, we're in it for 3 months, and we're coming down to the end of the pilot program within about 2 weeks. What we do, we go in at their PE times, and we take over from the physical edge teacher, and we actually teach Taekwondo. Unfortunately, it's very short, so the kids are just getting a basic introduction to Taekwondo. Because to get a black belt, for example, or to compete at an international level, you have to be in the sport like judo and some of the other combat arts. You have to be in it for 5 years, 6 years at that top level of sports. What they want to do is rotate us every semester. So we do 5 schools this semester, 5 schools in another semester, 5 schools, and so on. And at the end of each program, what we want to do is hold a small inter-school tournament, for bragging rights, that sort of thing.
And it's so that they keep these youngsters even after the school system.
We are in 6th grade, and they're going on to 7th grade, and there's a good chance we're going to lose a lot of them because of that. So what we're trying to do to entice them is to have testings, 8 testing per school at the end of the semester, and hand out a certificate so that if they are interested in returning to the Bahamas Taekwondo's Federation schools, they'll have a certificate to say, okay, well, I've passed at least the first portion of the belt. I'm interested in coming back, and then they'll take the second part in another few months.
And there's no doubt about it, when it comes to sport, money is a huge factor. And with that in mind, the Bahamas Olympic Committee is doing all it can to make sure that they take advantage of all opportunities which come with the Olympic solidarity.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to get the different federations to assist them with developing their strategic plans and visions, so we can match it with funds that we have available to help them to reach their goals. The Bahamas is a real golden boy type story for the rest of the world because we're small, and if we can produce athletes in many disciplines, it proves the power of sport. See, sport can help with the crime problem, sport can help with the health problems of obesity, all these things. So the more that people can see that we have a full slate of sports and that we have community that's culturally oriented towards treating sports seriously, the more funding you can get on an international level because you're proving their case for them.
And wrapping things up tonight, Julian Gibson trying his hand at another sport, somewhat our resident skipper with a new crave at the regattas.
McRoy Wilson is doing his best to promote coconut bark sailing in South Andros, and so far he's off to a fast start.
Sometimes we tend to forget our kids and they come to activities throughout the Bahamas. This year what we did is we built the cocoa bark and we give them an idea, and we also let them have the cocoa bark so that come next year we will have a real competition with the cocoa bark.
How's it been? How's the kids been enjoying it? Are they embracing it? They like it?
Well, it was an excellent race. We had a race that made 2 laps and we had winners, and we also had a grouch match.
So these guys really like it, and they plan to keep it as something they can do in the future?
I am sure that will be the idea of keeping it and keeping it going, because if you remember, cocoa bark is where we first start from as a sailor.
And for the youngsters involved, they all like the construction and sailing of the coconut boats.
It's kind of complicated because when you're trying to share the boat, it's not actually easy for everyone.
And you really like racing?
I don't like the race, but I just do it most of the times when I have like an empty time, when I don't have nothing to do.
It was kind of hard, right? But when I get on this part, it wasn't hard at all.
Now come next year, a major sponsor has already endorsed the coconut bark sailing competition.
Kendall, that is to help with the young future sailors. They start from a cocoa boat, then they go into Kamalami. So next year I'd like to see Kamalami here in South Andros, which I think I'll sponsor that one outright. So young kids, get ready. You have a sponsor now.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Well, thanks a lot, Julian. That's going to do it for sports on a Tuesday night. Thanks for watching. I'm Charles Fisher. Have a great evening, everybody.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.